group Austromeria, and today we are going to present our project about forensic linguistics. And before we going to present, let me introduce our team and my team. My name is Sofia Zara.
My name is Nazwa Faranisha.
My name is Davina Septiarania Saputri.
My name is Feby Janita Seri.
We will explain the main points clearly, so we hope you can follow along well. Let's begin the presentation. First, introduction. 1. Forensic linguistics studies how language is used in legal context. 2. It helps analyze deformation, threats, insults, and harmful utterance. This project examines 3 Indonesian sentences related to defamation and criminal threats. 2 linguistics theories are applied. First is transformational grammar and systemic functional linguistics.
So guys, the second is sentence analysis. The first one is Marzuki ini tak tahu diri dan tak tahu ukuran bajunya sendiri. The second is anjing kau, binatang kau, saya bunuh kau, saya cincang kau sama semua keluarga kau. And the last is mertua saya sudah berapa puluh kali kasih duit, tapi masalah tidak selesai.
Now let's move on to the syntax analysis of sentence 1. The sentence is a complex sentence because it consists of 2 coordinate clauses, or S1 and S2. For clause 1, the structure is NP plus PP, which is Marzuki ini as the noun phrase, and tak tahu diri as the verb phrase. For clause 2, the structure is also a verb phrase. The subject Marzuki is implied and the verb phrase is tak tahu ukuran bajunya sendiri. So the meaning is still referring to the same person. Okay, next, the 2 clauses are joined by the coordination word dan or and, which show that the speaker is listing 2 negative statements about the same person. Okay, next we have the tree structure. The sentence is broken down into S equals S1 plus conjunction plus S2. Next, S1 equals NP plus PP. Next, S2 equals PP negative plus verb plus noun phrase.
Alright guys, I will explain about semantic analysis. In the first sentence, Marzuki ini refers to a specific person. Tak tahu diri is an idiomatic insult meaning someone who produces or lacks self-awareness. Tak tahu ukuran bajunya sendiri literally refers to clothing size, but figuratively means not knowing one's limits or social position. Overall, the sentence expresses a strong personal insult.
Okay, now I will explain the fragmentary analysis. Sentence 1. Speech as insult, defamation, offense, rhetoric, and presupposition. The speaker assumes the hearer knows who Marzuki is. Contextual function, damaging social reputation, expressing anger. From a pragmatist perspective, this is a fascinating act functioning as an insult or defamation. It presupposes that the hearer knows who Marzuki is. The implicator is that Marzuki behaves beyond acceptable social norms to damage Marzuki's social reputation.
Okay, next is systemic functional linguistic analysis. The ideational function process type is mental process, and interpersonal function the mood is declarative, and speech function is statement.
Okay, next I will explain the syntax analysis for sentence 2, which contains both insults and criminal threats. The structure of this sentence is made of aggressive phrase followed by treat clauses. In the aggressive part, we have like anjing kau and binatang kau, which function as noun phrase used as insults. Then the treat clauses are more complete. They contain a noun phrase as the subject, which is saya, followed by a verb phrase such as bunuh or cincang, and then object noun phrase kau. There is also a prepositional phrase sama semua keluarga kau, which expands the meaning of the treat. It shows that the violence is not only directed at the target, but also the target's entire family.
So guys, the second sentence shows much stronger causality. Anjing kau and binatang kau are vulgar insult that dehumanize the target. Saya bunuh kau is a direct threat. Saya cincang kau sama semua keluarga kau expands the threat to the victim family, indicating extreme violence. Semantically, this sentence clearly shows criminal intent.
Okay, next I will explain about pragmatic analysis. Sentence 2. Pragmatically, this entourage is a threatening speech act. The illusionary force indicates an intention to cause harm. The provocationary effect is fear and intimidation. The entourage escalates aggression and establishes dominance over the target.
Systemic functional linguistic analysis, sentence 2. Using SFL, the additional function shows material processes such as kill and cut, which is represent physical violence. The interpersonal function reveals a declarative mode with an imperative-like force functioning as a command or warning. The speakers positions themselves as dominant and threatening.
The syntax analysis for sentence 3. Sentence contains two main clauses, and they are joined by the conjunction tapi or but. The conjunction signal contrast between what has already been done and the results that did not change. In clause 1, we have a noun phrase mertua saya, followed by the adverb sudah, a quantifier phrase berapa puluh kali, and finally a verb phrase kasih duit. So syntactically, clause 1 describes the treated action of giving money. In clause 2, the structure is simple, a noun phrase masalah and a verb phrase tidak selesai. This clause expresses the outcome or result. The structure can be represented as inquiries, S1 plus conjunction plus S2.
In the third sentence, mertua saya identifies the giver of money. Berapa puluh kali expresses a very high frequency. Kasih duit refers to giving money. Masalah tidak selesai indicates that the issue remains unresolved. Semantically, the sentence expresses frustration.
Next, I will explain pragmatic analysis, sentence 3. Pragmatically, the sentence functions as a complaint and a question. The implicator is that someone may have acted irresponsibly or failed to solve the problem despite receiving money. It presupposes that both speaker and hearer know what the problem is.
Okay, so the systemic functional linguistic analysis, we found the additional function process type is material. Second is interpersonal function involves a declarative mode functioning as a statement. This expresses dissatisfaction in a straightforward, non-mitigated way. So, in conclusion, transformational grammar help reveal the structure, literal meaning, and implied messages within each sentence. Pragmatics uncover intentions such as hostility, accusation, or intimidation. Meanwhile, systemic functional linguistics identify the process type, mood, and interpersonal meaning that reflect power relation and speaker attitudes. Through this analysis, we can see how language function as legal evidence in defamation and criminal threat cases. Okay, that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.